Yeah, hi there. These comments are for JTV, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL IBT. And I'm going to listen to your pronunciation pretest, and I'm just using your initials for privacy purposes, so I'll just refer to you as J. And you're one of my students in the English language program here at California State University, San Bernardino. You're also submitting a practice test online for me to listen to. So the first step is I'm actually going to listen to your recording, and at the same time I'll give you feedback as we go. So let's start with part A.
Board, wrong, grow, owner, over, father, door, part.
Now on this one, first the word grow, not grow, but grow. So be careful of your R. We don't pronounce it quite that hard in English. And then the O, make it a little bit longer. Boat, grow, over, though.
Pod, mop, mop, talk, on, mark, mock.
Not mock, it's mock. It's ah. So pat, pot, map, mop, tack, talk. Notice how my mouth is a little bit wider there. We have an, on, mac, mock. So in this lesson you can work more on the pot, mock, talk, on, mock. Not mock, but mock.
Bright, brown, broil, light.
Again, with that R, when you have that consonant cluster, you're pronouncing that R a little bit too hard. So I'm going to say bright, brown, broil. I'm not saying bright, brown, broil. I'm just saying bright, brown, broil.
Loud, loyal, buy, pound.
Okay.
Get, laid, let, made, met, blade, blood, den,
okay.
meet, pit, leap.
No. Be careful here. I. Meet, mit. Pete, pit.
Lip, sit, hit, look, luck.
Okay, so lesson number 11 is big trouble. So you're kind of saying meet, Pete, leap, seat. I'm saying meet, mit, Pete, pit, leap, lip, seat, sit, heat, hit.
Took, tool, tough, cold, much, cheap, sheep.
A little bit of trouble with that CH sound there, so match, cheap.
Feature, fisher, shaft, shear, off. How, fine, wine, wafer, waver.
The W is also hard for you, the rounding of the lips there. Wafer, waver. Notice how I'm rounding my lips here. Went, white, weird, want. So be careful when you're pronouncing that W sound.
Hobby.
And one more thing too, the V sound I think you need more practice with, especially, let's practice these. Half, have, fine, vine, fan, van.
Who, rash, behavior, hate, batman, bitten, important, brightening, hatrak, threatened.
Okay, now with this, the thing you want to work on in lesson 15 is the glottal stop. These sounds. You're saying Batman, bitten, important, brightening, hat rack, threatened. I'm saying Batman, bitten, important, brightening, hat rack, threatened. So we don't really, that T sound there is becoming what's called a glottal stop. So you can learn more about the glottal stop by going to lesson number 15.
Major, measure, fragile, frazier, legend, lestion.
So you have the J sound you're okay with. It's the J, that palatal consonant. Measure, Frazier, lesion, azure, Asia. That sound is harder.
Engine, assure, large, Asia, cake.
So I can tell you that this sound is hard for you, so you want to practice lesson number 16.
Cake, sing, sag, came, game, cap, gap, lake, lag, lean, read.
Okay, pretty good. I think lesson 17 is good.
Better, luggage, rugged, order.
You have rugged. That R sound is hard for you. You want to pronounce it differently or harder than what we do. You're tempted to say rugged, right? Rugged. But it's actually rugged, rear, right.
Right, light, committed.
Okay, so I think you need to work on lesson 18.
Base, flap, cap, cab, lap, bay, lie.
Still need to work on that P sound. You're making an effort. You're definitely trying to pronounce with more air, but you're not there yet. So this is a bilabial consonant, which requires a lot of air being forced out of the mouth. So let's practice these together right now. You ready? Look, go lesson 19 here. Pace, bass. Flap, flab. Cap, cab. Lap, lab. Pay, bay.
Lies, sit, sue, mass, made.
No, it's not zoo, but it's zoo. So the Z sound you need to use more vibration there. Let's practice these sounds here for a minute. So we have, let's go lesson 20 that you went to on my website. So lies, zip, zoo, maze, Eliza.
Elisa, multiple, Robert, example, pressure, principle, number, people, philosopher.
Okay.
Volcanism, return, maximum, question, summer, reason, chasm, often, tip, dip.
No, tip is with more air. Tip, dip.
Card, tide, train, drain, fad, team, dream.
All right, so you got to work on lesson 23, especially the T consonant sound. That's the one you're having trouble with. It's not, you're not pronouncing it, I think, clear enough with enough air. So let's practice these together. Okay, lesson 20. Tip, dip. Cart, card. Tight, tide. Train, drain. Fat, fad, team, dream.
Die.
No, it's that you got to get that tongue between the teeth. Check this out. So you have thigh, thy, breath, breathe. So both of these sounds are TH sounds. One is a voiceless consonant, the other is a voice consonant, which means when I say the word thigh, I'm not vibrating my vocal folds when I produce a TH sound. Now once I say thy, that's something you might see in the Bible, right? Thy. You are vibrating the vocal folds when you say that sound.
Breath, breathe, teeth, true, door, word, worthy.
You got a little bit better as you got into it, but I still think you need some practice there. Alright, so what do we know now? We know some things here. I actually have some information I can give you. So, based on Part A, there are some lessons, actually a lot of lessons. What does this tell you? This tells you that you need some pronunciation practice. That's why I'm here, right? I'm going to help you with this. So you write this down. Get yourself a pen, get some paper here, and write this down. Here are the lessons I want you to focus on more. Lesson number 7, 8, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 23, and also lesson number 24. Those are the specific lessons you're having the most trouble with, and these vowel and consonant sounds you need to master. If you can master and pronounce these sounds correctly, you can understand how to say this in conversational English. Your intelligibility, my friends, is going to go high. It's going to go up to heaven. It's going to be really good. All right, hold on a minute. The lights just turned off. I'll be right back. Okay, it's back. See what I'm saying? Okay, now what we want to do is we're going to go to Part B now. You're actually going to answer some questions about your background, about why you want to improve your pronunciation and speaking, and also what you hope to achieve in this course. Okay.
I finished my high school in my hometown.
Okay.
Then I entered seminary.
I would say, then I entered. Put the stress on the first syllable, not entered, but entered. Then I entered seminary.
Then I finished my minor seminary, then philosophy.
All right.
Then I started teaching for 4 years and also took my BA in English language, politics, and philosophy.
Okay.
Then I started the first year of masteral in English, master in English.
Okay.
Then I went to Philippines.
Again, that word, that W sound is a little bit hard for you. Then I went. Then I went to. Don't forget here, you got to round. Went. Where. Why.
Studied my theology. Then after my ordination, I took my masteral in education management.
Okay.
And that is my educational background.
All right, good. Now, a couple of things here. When you're speaking, you have the tendency to use several kind of short sentences. You need to combine these sentences a little bit more than you're doing, right? I think this is going to help you in terms of your grammar and your vocabulary. So I want you to put this down in your notes again. Go to speaking lesson number 7. That'll give you some good tips on how you can organize your ideas a little bit better by combining a lot of your sentences. And in that particular lesson, it'll give you some transition words that you can use to show the connection of your ideas. I think that would be a great lesson for you to take a look at right now. Again, it's called Speaking Lesson Number 7. You have to go to the 7th section of my course, the speaking section, and go to Speaking Lesson Number 7. Now also, I want you to go to the grammar part of my course. I have another lesson I want you to take a look at. It's called Grammar Lesson Number 26. This one focuses around sentence variety. I believe that's the number. If it's not, go to the grammar part of my course. That's the 3rd section, section 3, and look for the lesson that talks about sentence variety. That's going to be another good lesson for you.
It is very important for me to improve my speaking and pronouncing abilities of American English.
Don't forget to say the whole thing, and my pronunciation abilities of American English. You didn't really put that last syllable on at the end of the word.
Because I am living in a society where so much professional...
Again, where. I'm living in a society where...
way of speaking English is needed, and I want what I speak is understood clearly by my people, my listener, and that is why speaking English is needed in education management.
Now also, I'm noticing when you're speaking in more or less a single tone, a monotone. You're saying something like, my educational background is in philosophy. It is important for me to learn English because I want to be able to communicate with other people in this society. So you're not really changing your tone, I think, like you need to. And if you want to learn more about that, this is, if you go to the pronunciation part of my course, it's called Intonation. It's Speak Clearly Lessons 36 through 40. You need to work on varying your tone more than you're doing right now. That's also going to make it easier for your audience to understand what you're saying. Now, part of the difficulty is if you're not used to recording your voice, then it's a little bit difficult to figure out how to vary your tone because you're a little bit uncomfortable maybe when you're recording your voice, but you'll get better. You'll get better as you speak to me, as you record more exercises.
And that is my educational background.
All right.
It is very important for me to improve my speaking and pronouncing abilities of American English.
Again, pronunciation abilities of American English. You don't want to leave out a syllable in a word because that makes it more difficult for your listener to understand what you're saying. So, pronunciation, there's actually 5 syllables in that word. You're pronouncing it as if there are 4.
Because I am living in a society where so much professional way of speaking English is needed.
Professional way of speaking English.
And I want what I speak is understood clearly by my people, my listener, and that is why.
Don't forget, and my listeners. Put the plural S on that. You're talking about more than one, I think. So you want my listeners to understand what I'm saying.
I would like to improve many of the pronunciation.
Again, you have improve, not improve. So the problem there with the R sound with you, if you have the R maybe as its own sound, for example, the word right, you pronounce that okay. But when the R sound is combined with another sound, like brown, you're going to say brown, not brown. So what you want to be careful about is when you have consonant clusters involving the R, maybe a BR, for example, you want to pronounce it like brown, brown.
And words of mine. Especially I know to pronounce W
Yes.
of what, why.
Yes.
Also, V of victory, those letters are really hard.
Right.
Many times people say they don't understand. Maybe more. I want to improve that.
Yes. Yes. And we can do that. We certainly can do that. You and me, we are here, right? So I'm grateful to have you as one of my students. I hope that you're glad that I'm your instructor here at California State University. So my job is to help you as much as I can. So don't be afraid to email me. Also, when you're posting some of your pronunciation practice exercises, if you have a question, you need to ask me anything, feel free, you can do that. All right, now here's what we have. Now, based on Part A, there are some lessons that you need to focus on. And I probably already told you, but let me just tell you one more time. Lesson number 7, 8, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 23, and 24. Now, your job, and let me just give you an example, you should go through all of my pronunciation lessons, beginning with pronunciation lesson number 2, and go all the way to number 24. You want to do them all. But you need to send me some voice recordings of the lessons I just outlined in this video. Okay, for example, let's say you're doing your homework exercise for lesson number 7. So I want you to do this with me for just a minute. So go back to my website. And if you need to, you can pause the video and go to the pronunciation part of my course, Step 2 or Section 2, and go to Speaking Lesson, number 7. So you're going to click on it. It says caught, coat.
Contrasting the vowels, the little a and the o.
You see that? Now once you find that lesson, if you go near the end of the video, remember the video is only 8 minutes, it's not long. Now if you go to the end, you'll notice there are 2 voice recording exercises.
Make sure that you speak directly.
There we go. It gives you instructions. It says you will read some sentences aloud. Now, with voice recording exercise 1 and voice recording exercise 2, these particular exercises are helping you get more practice with the aw, o, caught, coat. So I want you to record these 2 voice recordings from speaking lesson number 7. You practice a video, practice a lesson several times, then make a recording for me. Then you're going to send it back to me, and then I will give you feedback on your pronunciation with both of those exercises. I will make any corrections. I'll let you know what problems you're having. If I want you to do something again, I will tell you. If not, I will say, okay, you can go on to the next lesson. So once I've listened to the 2 voice recordings, then you're going to go to lesson 8. You'll practice that, and then you will send me again the 2 voice recordings for that particular video. Again, you're going to record these, send them to me, I will listen to them and comment on them. So you're going to repeat this process with number 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 23, and 24. You see what I'm saying? You can do this. Now, improving your pronunciation is hard work. It's hard work for me, it's hard work for you. We have to work together. So as you send me voice recordings, I provide you more feedback. Now, I recommend that you start keeping a speaking and pronunciation journal. So you start writing down in the journal any words in these voice recordings you're having trouble with. Start writing these in your journal so you can practice them later on. In addition to using my website, I also want you to go to YouTube, practice listening to music, put on some headphones, and sing the songs with the singers in the video. This is also good because right now you're having a lot of problems also with your intonation. You got to work on varying your tone more. You want to sound more natural. If your intonation is monotone, your audience might think that you're not interested, you're mad maybe, or for whatever reason, it's going to be hard for your audience to pay attention to what you're saying until you learn to vary your intonation more than you are right now. That's going to improve your intelligibility of American English also. Okay, so what have we learned here? I've given you some lessons that you need to focus on. There's one more thing. that you're going to learn right now, and this is called your intelligibility score. So what is your intelligibility score of American English, right? So I will include the link in the email that I send back to you so you can see for yourself. So on a scale of 1 to 7, 1 is a high beginner of American English and 7 is a native speaker. I'm going to put you at intermediate level. I'm going to put you at about 3.4 out of 7. Now, you can also get a description of what it means. So I can understand most of what you're saying, but you do have some pronunciation differences which are distracting, I think. So you want to work on that a little bit. Your goal, when you finish the post-test in my course, you want to try to get closer to 5.1 out of 7. That's kind of what you want to try to do. Okay? So I'm glad to have you as one of my students, and remember that there is no such thing as a dumb question. If you have a word you're not sure about, you want to know how to pronounce it, you can send it to me by email as you send your practice exercises. I'll be more than happy to help you with anything that you might have. Okay? All right, thank you very much, and hang in there. And remember, your next homework assignment is to go to pronunciation lesson number 7, and you want to practice that, and then send me the 2 voice recording exercises. I'll give you some comments. If everything is good, then you can go on to the next lesson that I recommend that you study. All right?